Hello my friends and welcome to a very special video here at DEWALT, our favorite Russian Protoss player who is currently looking to qualify for the ASL. That's right, he is in Korea right now as we speak, grinding away on the ladder, playing lots of practice games and show matches, preparing himself for his run in the ASL Season 17. We're all going to be praying here for him to make it in to qualify for this season of the ASL. Would be so hype. And today we're going to be looking at a bunch of games versus Terran that I ripped from the ladder, starting out with Ample here in the top left-hand corner. We are on Dark Origin, and going to be followed up by many other great Terran players. We've got Mind. Who else have we got here? We've got Mind. We've got Light. Or did I already cast this Light game? I think I might have already casted that one. And we've got Bishop as well. So we're going to be putting together a few games here. Sorry, it's a bit sloppy, guys. Sometimes I can't remember which games I have already casted from my folder. But we're going to put it together here pretty soon. And we got DEWALT coming in towards this natural here with the early probe. Could be going for the gas steal. It's possible. Looks like wanting to take that. He's actually got the money for it. I don't know why he didn't throw that down here. Bring down a command center instead. Command center over at the natural for Ample. And Ample, I mean, that's kind of annoying. I don't know why he didn't grab the gas here first. Grab the gas and then drop the command center, you know, like a half a minute after. And he's going to pull a lot of SCVs. Look at him going to town on this assimilator right now. Assimilator going to be taken out very quickly by 7 SCVs. Wow. That is a lot of SCVs to pull off the line in order to get rid of this as quickly as possible. And he does get rid of that gas geyser. Going to throw down his refinery here. His gas has been a bit slowed though, however. And so his factory will be slightly slower. And maybe that'll open up a opportunity here for DEWALT to take some tax from Ample and get him repairing that bunker. Take the Protoss tax. Looks like he's gonna run by, just making sure that there was indeed a CC here. And another gas guys are coming up in the natural. Wow, Ample really wanting to get that second gas online here as quickly as possible. Getting that, making up for lost time there by having this extra gas. It looks like he's only going to mine on with 1. Nope, actually on with 3 here. So a lot of gas going to be coming in. What is all this gas for, I wonder? Robo coming down here for DEWALT. Range on the way. Pretty typical, pretty standard stuff from him. DEWALT gonna chase down the SCV here. He found it in the corner and not gonna let it scout him again. Hasn't really seen too much aside from the CC here. Double factory coming down on the side of Ample. And everything looking pretty normal for now. But look at this. Throwing down another gateway here. Observatory, triple gate observatory. Okay. So 3 gate before the Nexus. What this tells us is that DEWALT thinks there's going to be a push coming. And he wants to prepare for that. Having the 3 gate observer gives you a lot of goons. You're going to have a lot of Dragoons here on the field to fight something like a 3 tank push. If the 3 tank push comes across the map, you're going to be feeling very nice. Having a good spread of goons somewhere like here, like right across the bridges as the tank push is coming out, you're going to be able to shut that down very well. But it's surprising to see him not throw down a Nexus before. He must know something that I don't. Because looking at this from DEWALT's perspective, what he's seen so far, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't have gone like Reaver here, or why he wouldn't have gone, you know, 2-gate into a Nexus a little bit faster. Try and get a macro edge. But he seems to think that some sort of pressure is going to be coming out of Ample. And it's prudent to get more goons out on the map to shut that down as it comes forward. So he's going to go ahead and do so. No second gas just yet because he's not really teching up. He's just focusing on getting as many goons out as possible with an observer as well. And maybe a third Nexus coming down here just a little bit later as the goons are pumping. It'll be time to throw down that Nexus here shortly. Can't delay that for too long. And one observer going to try and sneak in. Looks like we do have a missile turret underneath the eBay there. The observer going to try and slip by. Can it actually get past? Ooh, looks like it just can. And he wants to get over top of the factories here. And it looks like he will do. The triple tank. Oh, the triple tank push. Exactly as expected. 3 tanks moving out on the map. But DEWALT being right here across the bridges. Perfectly waiting for that. It's going to be able to shut it down. Some vultures trying to sneak out on the map right now. But it looks like DEWALT all over that. Handling it perfectly. He's not going to allow vultures to slip by. And he has a Dragoon in his wall as well. Oh. Moving out on the other way. The other axis here. Ample going to get caught with his vultures. Really good moves by DEWALT. Slipping by on the other side now. Realizing that there should be a hole here. One Dragoon was left to just kind of push back those vultures. If at all possible. Dropping 2 mines here. And heading over. Looks like he will get 1 probe. But because this was so delayed, the vultures are actually a little early here. Because that was so delayed, the vultures are a bit early. Before the probe transfer can even occur, he's already trying to get out here. That timing of getting the probes or getting the vultures out was actually better suited to an earlier Nexus, a quicker third, maybe a 2-gate Nexus. But the way he's gone about it with a 3-gate, oh my god, he didn't take that damage. Very nice for DEWALT. The way he went 3-gate Nexus, and now he's got 4-gate Nexus here, just pumping Dragoons, and he's going into a Reaver. His third base a little bit slower, but he really didn't take any damage from the 3-tank push. None at all. If this 3-tank push had been completely shut down, it would have been bad, but as it stands, he's still got all his tanks alive. He still has a good follow-up push here, although it will be a little later. And man, what are we exactly doing here? DEWALT taking a look at everything in the main base. He sees 7 factories coming up right now. 7 factory push. And do we have an armory? There's the armory right now. This is such a late armory, guys, and we do not have any starport. So +1 is very, very late here. And it's going to be on Ample to actually come across the map and deal some damage. Oh, there's actually nothing over here. Going to throw down some pylon walls just at the last moment, losing 1 probe. Might lose a second. Hard to keep these probes from returning to the Nexus right now. Looks like he does lose a couple more probes, but acceptable losses here for killing off quite a few more vultures. You know, this is part of the push, right? This push, which is about to come here, the 7 factory push, it's not going to be as strong if you keep throwing away vultures right before it comes out. DEWALT preparing for that, adding on more gateways right now. He's really getting ready for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 factories, or 8 gateways to the 7 factories is a pretty good number. I would venture even a couple more might be good, but looks like DEWALT is going to be okay with that here. He's got Reaver to kind of supplement his army a bit. You do want to have more gateways than the number of factories. Even 2, 3 more would be good. DEWALT here kind of slowing down this push. It's already quite slow, though. You can see Ample pushing forward at a snail's pace, trying to cross this bridge without too much issue. And it looks like he will do. Making his way forward here. getting in range, but a nice hot pickup there. Keeping these Reavers out of harm's way. Slowly moving forward right now. Ample. Bringing out some Goliaths as well. Oh, an engagement over here on the right-hand side. Looks like we're going to hit from multiple angles, but look at the target firing from the tanks here. Beautiful target firing by Ample onto the middle of these Dragoons, and these forces will be routed on this side. Just going to come forward here and completely crush this, but oh, DEWALT going to push over onto the left-hand side, take advantage of the army being on the right in order to kill all of these tanks. So he's going to get the tanks, he's going to get the turrets as well. Good target fire of the tanks onto these Reavers, and they're actually pretty low at this point. He does need to back away now. Keeping the Reavers alive is super important. Taking some damage from the Charon boosted Goliaths. Goliaths are going to pick off that shuttle, and here comes the mines to clean everything up. Ouch, losing a lot of this army, but still at a supply advantage is DEWALT. About 10 supply advantage for him as his opponent starts to move forward once again. Finally, the Zealot speed is done. Ample is going to set up on this side of the bridge and slowly push forward here. Will DEWALT be able to stop it? We have some more units here at the rally point. DEWALT going to pull the trigger. He's going for it right now, dropping 2 Reavers on top of this. Great shot with that Reaver, killing off both those tanks. He's going to get another couple of great shots here, killing off these tanks as well, and the Zealots will rout the right-hand side. Very nicely done here by DEWALT. Great bust. After kind of a lackluster fight, he manages to do an amazing job clearing out the army across his bridges. He will not take this mine hit either. And now, I mean, we're going to throw down a third base here from Sock, but our plan has been, or from Ample, excuse me, but our plan has been ruined. This was all gauged towards a big 7 factory timing, but it feels like DEWALT, he just knows how to handle these types of plays so well. He's played enough against Mihu, I guess, to know exactly how to handle a 7 factory push. And Ample here is kind of sitting on nothing. He doesn't really have much going for him. He's got a few tanks, but a lot of them have been cleaned up. Got 4 tanks, 6 tanks total. And the third base is very, very late. There's the starport and a second armory. No, there's second armory. There it is. And a science facility. So he will eventually be able to get into +2. But look at this. We're at 13.5 minutes. We've only got +1 with +1 armor on the way. +2 not even started yet. With the third base finishing up, this is so incredibly late. It's like getting some mine connections there in the middle of the map. Unfortunate for DEWALT, but he's taking his 4th base and pounding out units like crazy. More Reavers going to be coming out here as well. Where is the Reaver shuttle? There it is. Reaver shuttle moving around the top side right now. And Ample's sitting in a very precarious position. Going to be setting up his tanks all along these bridges, but they do not have the benefits of those extra upgrades now. Army moving around the bottom left as the shuttle flies in here towards this natural. He's going to take out the turret immediately. Good choice there. Keeping an escape plan ready for his Reavers. And the Reavers are going to keep pounding away at these vultures while the army makes its way over here on top of the tanks. There's no vultures to assist this. He's just going to jump right on top of everything. There were not mines helping to slow this down, and great targeting overall by the tanks on these Dragoons in the back, but the Zealots are just too many in number. The Dragoons adding on that DPS. Great targeting once again there. Killing off a lot of these Dragoons, but this is too much damage, guys. This is going to go DEWALT's way. He's rolling through everything. Ample doesn't even stand a chance here with the +1. He's going to lose his natural, or his third base, excuse me, and his natural will be next. Only 2 tanks rolling out here, and Zealot rallies are making their way across the map. He will end up taking this down. Even Storms making their way in here too. So DEWALT there, continuously growing, really handling the 7 factory aggression and getting into his late game tech, whereas Ample going for such a gamble, going for that 7 factory push, did not set him up for a good late game. He did not have that upgrade, those upgrades rolling, the double upgrades. He did not have great tech. He just had that one massive push, and it was shut down by DEWALT here in game number 1. Well, I look back in my records, and it appears that I have not casted this game between Light and DEWALT. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Light down here in the bottom left, DEWALT in the bottom right on Apocalypse. Yeah, I don't have the greatest memory, guys. I don't know what to tell you. But it is what it is. We're working with what we've got. And this should be a great game. Just like that last game. And I'm feeling very happy with DEWALT right now. Playing that strongly against Ample. Shutting down that 7 factory push. With such grace there. Really handling it perfectly. There wasn't a real point, it felt like, when Ample was going to be able to just kill DEWALT there. You know, he had everything ready for the 3 tank push out. He had the gateways prepared with the Reaver to slow everything down. And to buy him that time to eventually overwhelm, to get into his Zealot speed and overwhelm that push. And from that point on, it's just a straightforward win from DEWALT. So I don't think that Light's going to give him a game quite like that. I feel like that's the game that DEWALT is actually really comfortable in. He knows how to play against that. That's how a lot of Terran players do like to play in the foreign scene. Some names that come to mind are like Terror is a player who really likes the 5 factory push. Some of these other guys as well, Mihu. The timing pushes are strong with them. But Light is much more of a macro Terran. He is much more of a late game monster. He will take 4 bases. And he will grind you out in the late game. You've got to be prepared for that. We'll see if DEWALT is ready to take on a player the caliber of Light in this kind of 1-game series here on ladder. Of course, neither player are going to be playing at their absolute best, but you can imagine that DEWALT's heart is pumping right now. He knows he's playing against Light. Everybody knows this account. Everybody knows who Light is. And so he's here to prove himself. This is what he came to Korea for. And guys, this was played when DEWALT is in Korea. All of these games were played in January of 2024, if I forgot to mention. But guys, this is a good time to ask you all a favor. If you could go down into the comments, or not into the comments, into the description box and click the first link. That'll take you over to DEWALT's Twitch channel. Make sure to leave him a follow. Send him a donation or subscribe if you can afford to support some foreigner who's actually got the balls to go to Korea and a tryout for ASL. That is something to be said, man. And this guy is looking pretty ready. So it's very hype. Very hype to see. Sitting at about 2,400 on the ladder. And taking games off of the likes of Ample. We'll see if he can get a game off of Light here, man. That would be insane to witness. Vulture out on the map. How did that get out here? Dragoon is going to be sent back home. Realizing he's in a bit of trouble. Here comes the Dragoon into the natural. He sees the Vulture. Can he block it with the Dragoon? Oh, the Dragoon not quite able to block. That is not good. Already a little bit of a bad start here. Missed shot, though. One shot does land on the Nexus. Second probe does go down. Third probe gonna fall. Fourth probe, no. 3 probes go down. Not the end of the world, but already a bit of a tough start here for DEWALT, unfortunately. Light gonna be very happy with that first Vulture. Although it didn't get a mine, Didn't get mines upgrade. He might skip over that, maybe just go straight into tank. He saw the entirety of the main base. He saw the robo. So he's not gonna actually be worried about getting mines out here really, really quickly. He's not worried about going directly into eBay here, because he knows there's no very quick follow-up from DEWALT with DT. So that's a big part of not only getting those 3 probes, but what that vulture did was see inside of the main, which is very, very painful indeed for DEWALT. And he's going to take a quick third. This is what I was talking about, 2 gate into a third base. I feel like DEWALT is really playing the player here. He hasn't really seen a whole lot. There is actually a quick mine upgrade coming. Okay, that's interesting. So he is going to go for mines here pretty quick. Can delay the eBay a bit, though. eBay going to be delayed a slight bit. He's actually going to go Starport. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Go Starport, get a couple of Wraiths. Or just 1 Wraith. Chase down the shuttle. Can be a great play. We're going to go right on into a 3-tank push with Speed Vulture to follow up. He sees it. DEWALT sees it. He does not have the same level of preparedness as he did versus Ample. With only 2 Dragoons here, he's going to add on 2 more gateways. Or sorry, 2 gateways. 4 Dragoons, 5 Dragoons. Still a decent number of Dragoons, but yeah, it's a little bit rough. He's trying to draw the army back with the Vulture here, and the Vulture will spot the army. But DEWALT really being on top of this, you know, he's not overreacting to that Vulture and giving up the high ground here. He's making sure that he's keeping control of that. Really needs to buy time for these gateways to finish up. And Light taking a little bit of a scary position here. You know, you can see DEWALT a little bit nervous right now. His APM is actually dropping quite substantially. He might be getting into a bit of a tizzy here. Dropping back with the goons. He's actually going to run forwards now. Could draw this mine with one of those goons. If he runs forward with 1 goon and draws the mine, he's not going to do it. He could have killed all of those Marines. But instead, he's just going to fall back. He did a pretty great job of getting away from the mines overall. And he's going to fall back onto this low ground now. He got 1 tank. He get 1 more Vulture. No, he's not going to get that last Vulture. Has a couple more Dragoons coming out. He's got a Reaver on the way. He didn't rally this goon, which might actually hurt him quite badly. Dropship going to come in now. Dropship might just be deadly here. We've got the goons out in the front. He knows he has to clear these mines as soon as possible and get the goons to the high ground, but that's going to buy time for this to come in. Oh, he's going to pull all the probes immediately. DEWALT sees this. DEWALT sees this immediately. He's going to pull the probes away. Sorry about that, guys. I closed off both people's vision at the same time. It was my bad. I was trying to get rid of Light's vision there to see if he could see the drop. Light being a little bit slow on unloading and sending this drop in. Oh, he almost gets the hit on that Reaver, though. That would have been huge. Coming up, he might get some good kills on these probes, though. Gonna clear out the... Gonna go ahead and clear out this Vulture. And you know what? Not bad. Really not bad. In all the chaos that was going on in this kind of hectic environment, DEWALT hangs on to most of his probes. Still got 48 probes here. Another drop going to come in. 2 more Vultures. But we've got goons here at the back. We've got the Reaver as well. He's kind of stabilized everywhere. He's going to add these pylons on. Make it so it's not easy to get in there with the Vulture. Dropship here in the bottom right-hand corner. We don't have a cannon just yet, but the Forge is about to warp in, and the cannon will be on the way. There's the drop once again, but as before, Dragoons are ready. Let's take a look at Light Space for a moment. Tanks moving out here to take the third base. Nice timing on that. 9 minutes. Pretty darn strong. Adding on Citadel here. I'd like to see cannons back here because this is such an easy base to drop. To come in here, it's very hard to defend this. So I would love to see a cannon here or 2 at the back. Probe going to be sent up to grab that 4th base now. And, these goons are just kind of chilling here. He knows there's still a dropship on the map, so he's got to be wary of that while taking this next base. There's also the option, there's the opportunity, if this is walled off, to drop back here, which can be very strong. You know, drop a tank and a couple of vultures. It could really put you in a bad position as a Protoss player. He's going to grab this base pretty soon, adding on more gateways now. And Light is just going to go full macro mode from here. You know, he put on the early pressure. He dealt that little bit of damage. He's got +1, just about complete here. As you can see, it's like 11 minutes he's going to finish that. Even though he went for kind of some aggressive play in the early game, it's not nearly as late as what we had from Ample. And he's going to drop this 2nd armory as well. So he will be able to go immediately into +2 attack. The moment that that +1 is done, he's going to hit this build very nicely. A lot of defenses up in the main. A lot of mines here. He's ready for any sort of aggression that DEWALT may want to put on. And I don't think DEWALT is going to try and break in here right now. It just doesn't make sense to do so. Much more prudent play would be to saturate the space. Wait on the high ground here for the potential of tanks and vultures and Goliaths walking up that ramp. Try to get as much damage with the Reavers as possible, while simultaneously taking more of the map. And these goons are heading up there, kind of like sacrificial. If there were mines out on the map, they would just be dead right now, but they're going to get up there, make sure that there's no mine blocking this. And there should be a probe heading up to the top left, or top, yeah, this area right here pretty soon to go and secure that. Looks like the dropship going to be spotted here. He does see that. Crossing paths with the drop. Very, very good for DEWALT. I don't think he saw it. That's unfortunate. This drop is going to get by unscathed, and it might be able to get a lot of damage over here. The cannon is not yet done. And what do we have in there? Tank, 2 vulture, exactly as expected. The Reaver is over on the left-hand side. We really need this for the defensive play. Oh, the probe is going to come up here. Oh, man, this is so annoying. He just laid these mines. You know, he just checked that, too. And Light gets in there with the drop and drops a mine. Very frustrating stuff. He's going to get in here and deal some damage, too. We'll see how much he can do. Okay, he's not going to come in there. Instead, maybe going to drop back here. But another cannon is ready and waiting. Can he get out of range of the cannon here with the tank? Maybe just barely. Oh, yeah, just barely out of range. That's so annoying. Gonna pull the probes away. It's fine. Couple of Reavers flying in here. Unfortunately, there were 2 turrets, so not gonna get too much done. Can get a few good shots with the Reaver, but looks like the tank got cleaned up as well. Oh, no, tank stays alive. Not bad. I mean, not the big damage that Light was looking for. Oh, gonna cannon. He got a cannon started. That's pretty good. That will eventually clean this out, and he can get another probe up here to start that next nexus, but it's a little slow. He's also not transferred his workers back here to the 3rd base, which is a bit of a problem. We do need to see that transferred back here really soon. And oh my god, big drop coming in here. Big attack, frontal assault from DEWALT. Oh man, this is kind of scary. That was a lot of zealots just got eaten up, and look at the supply just plummet for DEWALT here. He's gonna get the barracks, but I can tell you, Light is very happy with how that attack just went. Very, very happy indeed. He's gonna lose this Templar as well. Ouch. Ouch, that was that was a little bit unfortunate. I feel like DEWALT just got a little bit antsy there, decided to dive in, try to trade out with some tanks, and he really got not much for it at all. It was only 1-0 for the Terran player, but still a very, very good trade for him. He's now at 180 supply to 157, and that might just be that, guys. I don't know if DEWALT can take a fight here in the middle with this size of a Terran army and what he's got right now. He's trying to go shuttle and drop a Templar here to get good storms, but he's really taking this out nice. Okay, not bad actually. The trade with the vultures was pretty good. Getting some good storm on those. Removing a lot of them. If he jumped on these tanks right now, he might actually be able to kill that. This is not a lot of tanks. And they're very clumped up. A good storm and a couple of zealot bombs would do a very good job here. But reinforcements are making their way forwards. A fourth base is going to be thrown down here at the bottom right. And tanks are starting to stretch up towards the top center. And as long as Light can shut down DEWALT from taking the other quadrant or the other third of the map here, that's going to be a win, because Light will be able to outgrow you, will be able to outlast you. Dropping zealots on top of all this. Here comes the storm. Big storm. He's actually targeting the vultures down with the storm. The zealots are meant to carry the day here, but there's not enough of them. Zealots kind of evaporating here with this number of tank, and there's not enough Dragoons to push through and win the day here. Zealots coming out in mass. Should be getting dropped on top of these tanks right now. I don't know what he's doing with these. He's gonna send them in. Try to get some big SCV damage. All right, kind of missing those SCVs there, unfortunately. And DEWALT is slowly getting kind of pushed out of this game. Probe gonna head up here. Will be picked off, I think, in a moment. And there's the vulture finding that probe. Who I would love to see a way for DEWALT to get back into this one, but it's looking pretty doomed right now. Here comes a drop down towards this fresh new base. Vulture, some Templar are going to be sent down here. He kind of storms his own shuttle, but gets some good damage with the Zealot. Zealot going to kill quite a few of the SCVs here. Does he have a second storm? No, he does not. Army making its way down here to clear this out. Army of DEWALT thinking about making a foray down here to try and break this base. That's a lot of mines, but maybe can drag some into the army. Quite a lot of vulture here, just kind of eating these zealots up. There's a big storm, another big storm on top of these tanks on the high ground, but not enough Dragoons to push through here. The tanks will stand strong, and most of the army has been taken out. GG is called. DEWALT taps out. Wow. What a game there. A lot to unpack. I feel like the early vulture from the beginning was a bit of a momentum shifter. It really put DEWALT on the back foot to start this game. And then the drop into the main slowed him down quite a lot. And then, of course, you know, sending up the Dragoons to clear mines up here, finding no mines, then sending the probe up, and there was a drop that dropped a mine here. Very annoying stuff for DEWALT. A lot of things just kind of slowing him down in this game and going a little bit not quite his way. I hope he doesn't get too discouraged by this game, because I thought he had a pretty decent opener. He had a pretty decent play here. Diving in on this army was a bit rough as well. It felt like he was just feeling a bit of the pressure, wanted to trade something out, didn't quite get the trade that he was looking for, and that really put him again on the back foot even further than before. You know, that allowed Light to take the middle of the map quite freely, taking his own high ground and then taking the middle of the map without too much trouble. And I mean, that should have been DEWALT sitting on the high ground waiting for Light to try and push into him, and then bombing the tanks as they come forward, or dropping storms and storming the tanks as they try to come up this ramp, utilizing the Reavers to deal lots of damage as well. But that's a bit, I mean, these are some small changes. These are some small things that can be fixed. You know, having the Dragoon back in time to deal with the vulture, making sure that you block here at the natural, maybe putting like a pylon or something. I don't know what the change that needs to be done to stop that first vulture, but it should be a minor change. You know, maybe putting a cannon back here or two cannons back here in the main. I don't know, guys. I am not a professional gamer. I want to see DEWALT win this game. I want to see him take on Light. I'm just trying to brainstorm here what I think could have been better, what could have been done better, and I hope that DEWALT will find ways to up his game here coming up for this future ASL 17. Guys, we're going to jump into game number 3 here after a short break. Okay, an imperceptibly short break for you guys. A slightly longer one for me. As we get here now into Mind versus DEWALT. Once again on Apocalypse. Yes, that's right. Mind getting back into shape here, ready for another ASL run. And look at that. He's mining all off of this part of the mineral patches here. All on these 4 mineral patches. Maybe those for Terran are the best mineral patches here. I'll have to look at more players playing on this, but again, I've talked about this before. The mineral patches above the command center are pretty rare. So it's hard to, you know, get good practice. Most people, well, I don't know about most people, but I definitely don't know the optimal mining on patches like this. I'm sure most people would agree. This is much more standard here. And as a Zerg player, you're going to mine from this one. It's the fastest, and then this one is going to be for Protoss. Or for Terran. Maybe not for Protoss. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Maybe it's this one for Protoss. Let's take a look at this probe. Oh, look at that. That's pretty quick. That's pretty quick. Not a big Protoss player. Do you actually hit return on the top mineral patches, Protoss? You definitely do it as Zerg. Kind of looks like he was. But now I'm not so sure. Mind here, going to start off with a gas. DEWALT, not going to scout that. We're going to change the colors because brown on this tile set is pretty imperceptible. It's pretty difficult to see on the minimap. Gateway coming up here. Nothing of note just yet. And guys, I hope you have gone over to the channel, gone over to the Twitch channel. DEWALT, give him some love, give him some support from me. I met DEWALT at the BSL LAN. He came out and had dinner with me and my wife the day before the LAN started, or 2 days before the LAN started, which is pretty awesome. I believe he is maybe a fan of the channel, maybe he likes watching some of the casts, but he definitely knew who I was and wanted to come hang out and say hi, so that's pretty cool. He's going to be sending in this first Zealot, and Mind has 3 Marines ready for this, plus 2 SCVs, so he's taking this very seriously. Making sure that there's really no way to get in here, but no, forcing off the 2 SCVs, forcing the 2 SCVs off the line already, I think worth it here. I don't think it's necessary to, you know, commit with this Zealot. We just keep this alive, utilize it later on for when we have a Reaver and a Shuttle. We can start to bring those along, start to utilize those a little bit later. 2 Zealots were made, actually, in fact, and 1 Goon here. Gonna be tracking down this SCV, and a nice block there with the Zealot, keeping the SCV back. These 2 Zealots could just stay here in the choke point. Would be helpful to prevent the Vulture from slipping by. It looks like he will do that. Goon out here at the front. Keeping an eye out for this pesky Vulture. Vulture is thinking about running in, but would much rather get this Mines upgrade, I think. Much rather have that Mines upgrade. Place a mine here, maybe place a mine there. Maybe put one up here at the 3rd. That's a very nice play. He's keeping that active, making sure he can see if anything's coming up this ramp, and will run away if that Dragoon does try to come up. 2nd Vulture and 4 Marines moving across the map right now. This is surprising to me. I don't know why Mind is doing this. We know that there's a Zealot. I think he should know that there's even 2 Zealots here. We've got the 2nd gateway on the way. 2 Zealots, 2 Dragoons absolutely dominates these 3 Vultures and 2 Marines. We're going to have a 3rd Dragoon out pretty quick here as well. He does need to get the Zealots out in front, though. The Marines there. I guess they're not going to push in, are they? 3 Dragoons now. You cannot fight this. This is not going to go well for you. Okay, the Zealots need to run forward. The Zealots need to run forward and drag the mine. Okay. Not the greatest mine drags, but hey, he only lost 1 Zealot. And 1 Vulture went down. Not the worst trade in the world. And DEWALT's going to hang on from here. Observer on the way now. We will be able to clean those mines and look to take his 3rd base. 2 gateway expansion going to be coming up once again. Just waiting to send the probe forward until he's certain that the mines and vultures have been cleaned away. It looks like he's going to start that nexus without too much trouble. 2 vultures out on the map. Be looking for opportunities to slip by potentially into the natural or the main, but with Dragoons parked everywhere, I doubt that'll be happening here in this game. First observer flying in. Sees the turrets, of course, but doesn't see much else. He's gonna look over towards the natural, killing one of his own Marines right now to free up a bit of supply, maybe for the next tank or another SCV to start. Not sure. Has found a way in with the observer. He sees the 3 fact and the armory spinning. Good information here for DEWALT. Knowing pretty much exactly what's coming from Mind. Mind with no starport just yet, but it's fine. We're just about halfway. This is right now. You need to start the starport if you want to start +2. When the science facility is done, you need to start the starport right as this is about halfway done. So we're looking for that. Do we see it? I don't see it just yet. Academy on the way. Supply depot. Yeah, guys, I don't think we're gonna see a late game mech play from Mind. I think we're gonna see like 5 fact or 7 fact right here. Factories being added on. 5 factory. Going up to 4 gate. But DEWALT needs to recognize this. He needs to see this. What does he see right now? 1 factory being made. And not much else. He should be able to see this. If he sees this other factory, he will know exactly what is coming here. He's adding on more gateways. I think he's doing the right thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he's going to 7 fact. And he's going to have Reaver. So on paper, DEWALT should be able to hold this no problem. Ah, he loses the probe. That's unfortunate. He wanted to throw down a 4th base, but you know, I think it's fine not to have a 4th base here. You really need to just pump Dragoon and get a get leg speed here. You really need to get these Zealot legs going, or just pump a lot of alternatively, you can just get a lot of shuttles. If you've got, you know, 2 or 3 more shuttles here and you can just drop the Zealots, it doesn't matter not having Zealot speed. But we're gonna go into Karen booster. We're gonna have 5 factory with a lot of Goliaths and tanks. I know this is a scary push, but this is not some. Again, this is something that I think DEWALT will be very, you know, used to playing against. Oh, gonna go for this shot. Can he get it? Oh, it was so close, and he almost lost the Reaver too. That's unfortunate. That was really, really close. If he gets the 2 shots off with the Reaver, he gets probably 2 tanks. And he could pick up the Reavers and take no damage, but not quite fast enough, not quite close enough with the Reaver. I'll lose a couple of probes here, but this is perplexing to me. Losing some vultures right now, it feels like you wouldn't want to be doing that. Since you're going for this 5 factory 6 factory push. All you want to do is just shove across the map. It's funny to be seeing him even making a command center here. We don't have a starport. What is he planning to do? Just stay on +1? 1-1? 1-1 timing with 3 base? Is that what we're actually doing? This is very confusing to me, guys. We've seen this a lot lately. We saw Ample just do this. We saw some other Terran players do it as well. Probes transferring down here are going to get caught by these vultures. 1 kill on this vulture so far, not the biggest. And it looks like this vulture going to get taken out as well. So things are not really going that great for Mine just yet. He might be able to hit this. No, he can't hit that. He does get the observer, but slowly pushing forward here. Mine wants DEWALT to run into him, but all DEWALT needs to do right now is just set up this base. Set up this base. And he should be 100% fine. Keep pumping out the units here. Add on more gateways. Second robo. Everything looking very nice. Load up a ton of zealots, and when this push comes across the map, just be prepared to dive upon it. Some vultures making their way down here. Cannon is already done though. Ooh, drops into the main. Big drops into the main right now. Losing the Reavers at this point, not the greatest. This is like crazy amount of factory here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factory. And there's the science facility finishing up now. The upgrades are quite late though. The Zealot's doing a lot, man. Picking off quite a few tanks. And they will finally be finished, but with those tanks going down and all the defenses here kind of routed, maybe DEWALT sends another couple of drops into the main. He could just get a couple more shuttles and run in there one more time. He's got Templar ready. Chasing these vultures down. These vultures really need to be cleaned up right now. Don't want to allow them to catch your transferring probes. That would suck. There's the probes. He was escorting them from the natural. Really good play from DEWALT. Keeping those probes safe. More cannons are going to come up down here. And going for some snipes on Templar. Really nice snipes on those Templar, but looks like the vultures will get kind of trapped in here. Cannon is prepared. Drops getting ready to go in. He's not going to send them in just yet. Turrets and lots of mines are ready. It would not be beneficial to send those in right now. Templar are going to be going down as well. And it looks like these actually will live for now. Killing off even more probes. Very annoying stuff. This mining here does not really matter though for DEWALT at the moment. He really does not mind, you know, not mining from here. As long as he's mining here and potentially up here as well. I mean, he's going to be feeling very good. Does need to send some Dragoons back to deal with that, but you know, it's not the biggest deal in the world. What's much more important is taking the proper engagement here when the time comes to do so. He's at 180 supply, just a little ahead of the Terran. So, you know, not totally eclipsing him. Another base going down over here. I'm getting a little worried, actually, that DEWALT might have, you know, a huge amount of bases and not enough gateways to handle all the income he's going to be having, because I don't think this is enough gateways, and we don't have another rally point just yet. Maybe setting up another rally from here might be good. A fourth base may be coming down pretty soon for Mine. Mine needs to take his own high ground pretty soon, though. That is going to be happening pretty soon here. We need another cannon down here. This might actually be a dead base. Not a dead base, but all the probes may end up going down in a moment, because that cannon did fall really, really fast. And here comes all the probes. The probes are going to go down. They're trying to run away right now, but look at how quickly they just melt. And a lot have gone away. Down to just 47, which is really not good. More vultures moving out. Attacking some more of these bases. Trying to catch more probes that are transferring right now. Playing a really slow and methodical style here. Mind right now. Looking to kill even more probes. I really thought he was just going to do kind of all-in timing, but he's doing this kind of weird slow play where his attack upgrades come in very, very late. I mean, his +2 is going to finish, but it's right ahead of Shockwave, of EMP Shockwave, which is kind of ridiculous. It is a little bit crazy, and you know, the mines have done more than they really or the vultures have done more than they really should have. Had DEWALT had, like, you know, 4 cannons here, maybe 3-4 cannons, that would have done nothing. And Mind would not be able to take this because his vultures would have done nothing here, and that wouldn't have been able to draw the army away from the high ground. So it would have been very hard for him to take this high ground with DEWALT's army just sitting on top of that. So you know what? Mind doing a good job with the counterattacks with the vultures, but by the same token, I think DEWALT maybe missing some opportunities here by not having the right number of cannons. You know, he's got so many bases on the map. He's got so much income here, and he's maxed. Why not have 5 cannons here? Why not have, you know, 4 or 5 cannons here as well? It's like Drop gonna come in over to the center left. Dragging some mines. Holy cow, that was a big mine. Holy. That was a very, very good big mine. Catching some of these SCVs over there. Army being sent in, unfortunately. Ouch. That was a lot of army just getting thrown away. Trying to run up this high ground. He's going to send the army over here, I think, now to try and hold off, or to kind of save 12. But Mind is starting to take control of this game. He's almost max now. And DEWALT, he's kind of scrambling. He needs more bases online. He doesn't have many probes at these bases down here. Some probes here, not mining right now. This base has been lost. Things are looking a little bit iffy now for our Protoss player, who looked to be in a really good position earlier. With the number of bases he was taking, it seemed like he was just going to have kind of infinite money with way too much army for Mind to counter. But now as Mind moves forward, the army is looking much, much scarier for Mind. Mind has totally maxed out army, whereas DEWALT doesn't have that. Oh no, he's letting his army kind of feed in here. That's not good. DEWALT gonna have to back off to this high ground. DEWALT sending his army actually up towards the center left, which is not very well defended. However, there are a lot of mines here. Maybe this army can get over and drop on top of this. Oh, big mine connections there. Dealing a lot of damage to these Goliaths, but the Goliaths pick off the shuttles before any storms can get out. And GG is called. Look at that. DEWALT tapping out. Mind playing a hell of a game here. The vulture harassment was key to his victory. Continuously harassing, but I feel like DEWALT making a simple change, just adding on more cannons in these situations, would have had him in a much better position. Like, just imagine he had 5 cannons here, and he put, you know, 4 or 5 cannons up here as well. This base, you know, gonna finish up, and his army can just sit up here and wait. And the moment that Mind tries to move forward, he has to clear out all his own mines here. He has to try and come up this tiny little ramp and this tiny little ramp. You can blanket him with storms. You can hit him with reavers. You can, you know, drop zealots all over his army. But if you're not standing here because you have to run your whole army back to save your base down here, then Mind gets to take that for free, and then you just have no other choice but to kind of feed into him, to attack into him over and over again while he holds 4 bases and just sends vultures at you all over the map. Very annoying game for DEWALT. Getting harassed constantly by vultures, but Mind playing a brilliant game there. As usual, this guy, very, very giga brain, 200 IQ, as always. able to take down DEWALT as we jump into our next game. Well, I hear tell that this is a fantastic game, number 4 here, that's about to come out. We've got Bishop versus DEWALT. DEWALT down here in the bottom right, and I know a lot of you have probably clocked out by now. You've probably moved on to your next video, your next reel, your next YouTube short or whatever. But for those of you who remain, your gift is this game that I'm about to cast for you. We got Bishop spawning here in the top left. A strong Terran player, but a little bit more, I would say, DEWALT's level, his speed. Verging on greatness, but not quite there yet. Bishop, a very strong Terran who is up and coming, who has been in the scene for quite a long time, but hasn't reached the level of fame that someone like Light has, that someone like Mind has. The accolades that those two have amassed is impressive, to say the least. So them taking down DEWALT is no, you know, it's no surprise, of course. DEWALT, on paper, he should not be able to take down someone the caliber of Light, who is just ASL champion level material every single season. He's on the short list of who could win the ASL every single season. So having him take down, or Mind take down DEWALT, not the biggest deal, but here, this is a real strong match. This could be a match that we could see happen in the ASL qualifier. Bishop, he will definitely be there. Will he be matched against DEWALT? It remains to be seen. But we're going to get a little preview here. See how these two are matching up. Cross map. Position. DEWALT not going to take a Nexus first. He's been grinding out very, like, normal games against these high-level players. He's not cheesing. He's not trying to get, you know, quick wins and up his ladder score. He's very much trying to gather his skill level to improve his overall skill and prepare for the ASL. Maybe he's got some secret cheesy hidden builds in his back pocket that he may want to pull out in the qualifier or in the group stage if he makes it there. But for now, on the ladder, just pure macro, good reactive style from Protoss. Figuring out what the Terran player is doing and getting the right number of units to defend, to stop whatever timing attack is coming and shut him down. We've seen some great Reaver play from him lately as well, especially in his games versus Mihu. He was showing some really fantastic Reaver micro and Reaver harassment in the early game, but hasn't really shown it thus far in these series. He's more been utilizing the Reavers for the defense. We'll see if he switches it up this game. SCV gonna make its way in here, but it's not gonna see much that he wasn't already expecting. We've got a Goon about to pop out, and the SCV will have to retreat back home. Seen all that it wants to see, all that it needs to see, so heading back home now is fine, or heading out onto the map to obfuscate its location would be good. He's gonna see the Goon here. DEWALT trying to get another shot. Looks like he will get a few more, but Vulture is coming, so he does need to be careful about chasing this too far. Oh, I think he's already chased it a bit too far. That could be bad. Second Goon is in production, but it's not here yet. And the Vulture is here. 1 kill. 2 kill. 3 kill. 4 kill. Oh, this is painful, guys. 5 kill. He will get on top of that and finish it off, but man, was it really worth it chasing the SCV down to the bottom left? That is painful. That is painful. And a starport coming up as well. So Bishop going to follow this up with a drop. He's gone into mines. He's going to go into speed as well. He's sending the vultures around. Is he going to get in here again? We've got no Dragoon. The vulture is here. He's not sending it in right now. He's going to see the second Dragoon, and he might just send in his vultures now. Vulture, if he sent that in right now, he would get so much damage, but he's not going to. He's going to lay mines instead and try to catch the Dragoons on the retreat path. Dragoons smartly moving around the top side, recognizing that this might be the play that Bishop is going for. And that will be blocked off. Man, he could have gotten so much damage. So much damage here in the natural, but Bishop missing that opportunity, and DEWALT, man. Ouch. Dude, how can he leave your flank open like that? Leaving the natural just completely empty. Expecting that there's not another vulture out on the map. Sending the Dragoons across is, it's a little bit unforgivable. We're gonna end up losing so many probes if we keep doing that. The vultures are looking for that dropship. They're gonna be getting here into the main base while DEWALT is putting on pressure. Oh no. No. Drop gonna be coming into the main here. As the observer moves out, he will spot this. He's coming down to put down a third nexus, but he is sorely out of position. 2 vultures here. He's gonna drop and stop the nexus with his other vulture. Getting a few probes, dropping a nice wall here though, stopping everything from getting by. Not bad, not a bad wall. That's slowing things down. He's gonna jump on top of the bunker, trying to get this tank. Can he actually get it? I missed one shot. He's gonna lose a Dragoon as well. That is really painful, man. Third base gonna be on the way here. DEWALT already limping in this game. Can he pull it together though? He's had some bumps in the road already, losing quite a few probes, but he's managed to amass 44 in total. He sees the Wraith. He sees more factories being thrown down. He knows he cannot be aggressive with a Reaver. So what will he do instead? Citadel on the way here. No robotic support bay. He is going to drop that vulture, do a little more damage, and Bishop running away once again. Not going to get too much more with that drop. Just going to hide it out on the map. Oh, he might actually lose this. Oh, no. Oh. That's unfortunate. And Bishop gonna realize now that those Dragoons are coming. We'll send this into a more difficult to reach spot. The fact that DEWALT didn't send the observer with those Dragoons is really hurting him right now. He's gonna trap the drop here in this part of the map, but can still run into the main. He's gonna lose the drop finally. But man, that was a huge pain. One more probe does go down. Very annoying stuff for DEWALT. He finally clears all of that out. Will get his gateways online with the third base up. And his probe count is looking pretty good. But the SCV count of Bishop is looking just as good here. With more factories coming up, will he be taking a third base? I think that is the plan. +1. Nearly complete, and the science facility on the way. Bishop is going to hit this pretty well perfect. He's going to have his +2 on the way right as the science facility finishes. The second armory will be done here soon as well, and the +1 armor can start. So I'm really liking Bishop's position. His way of playing so far has been really, really good. He's doing a lot of harassment while getting into a really good macro position. He's not doing what a lot of players have done today, and what players continue to do, which is always surprising to me, especially at the highest level, is do a bunch of harassment while they're trying to go for an attack, while they're trying to go for a timing. That wasn't the case in the last game. You know, Mind, he looked like he was going for a big timing. You know, he wasn't getting into his upgrades. He was very slow on those. He was going for a 7 factory, but he just wanted 7 factory to threaten the timing and to take his third base very confidently. It's an interesting style, really. Very interesting way of playing. I don't know how anyone would have looked at that last game with, you know, 7 factories. And didn't even have an armory at that point. I can't remember if he went 7 factory, no armory, but he had 1 armory, no starport, that's for sure. And his upgrade was very late. And I can't imagine who's looking at that and going, yeah, that's not a timing attack, for sure. He's just going to sit back, harass me with vultures the whole time, and then eventually take a third base. That doesn't seem like many people are going to feel that that's a possibility. Most people probably going to make the same assumption that I did, which is that this man is about to attack. And looking at this, you can see that this man is not about to attack. Bishop here, 125 supply. He just finished his third. He's going to transfer workers there. He's got his double upgrades rolling. He looks like he's not ready to attack. And that means DEWALT is going to be doing the right thing here. He's going to be taking lots of bases and hopefully adding more cannons onto these bases as well, because he's got a good amount of money here. He's got a lot to work with. He's just opened up a huge amount of supply, and he has a lot of gateways to roll with. He's got time. He has quite a lot of time here. He just needs to secure his bases properly. And he should be able to defend these, not lose too many probes, and get himself into a good position to actually attack in to Bishop, or to counter his push out when it's when the time comes for that to come out. A couple of storms here going to be thrown down. Nice storms on a lot of this army here in the front, dealing quite a bit of damage, but not really picking off that many tanks. That was all the storms, and a lot of the dragoons went down as well, and not a huge amount of damage here on these tanks, unfortunately. Not looking like the greatest trade for DEWALT, but he is adding on more cannons at these bases, which is very nice to see. Making those adjustments. And get some cannons down here as well would be great. More shuttles coming out. Going for that second shuttle as well. Oh, I heard some tank fire, but it's just him killing the eggs over there. There are quite a few mines, but this is kind of breakable here. Not enough goons, though, in this army. Only 4 goons here. Is not looking very good. Really, oh, this could be a great storm. Missed. Whiffed. Unfortunate. Bishop noticing that Templar coming. Not going to be able to get the great storm. See, when the vultures are like this, packed up, if you get a storm in the middle of that, you could end up killing them all. You never take the vultures home to repair them. It's just not a thing. So, I mean, in the very early stages of the game, it might be a thing, but at this point in the game, there's no way you're repairing your vultures, and a lot of them would die. A lot of them would be very badly hurt and picked off very easily by the dragoons. So getting storms on top of vultures is very, very nice. It's an underrated play, and looks like a big counterattack going to come from DEWALT here. He does not want to take on this army just yet, so he's going to do a massive counterattack, or is he just going to wait for this army to come forward? Storm on some of these vultures, backing away now. He's got a lot of zealots in this army. If he can kill a bunch of the vultures with the storms, then there's a good chance he can overwhelm with just pure zealot on the tanks. Setting up on this high ground. He could go for it. He could go for it right now. We're not sieged up just yet. Here comes the shuttle. It's going to drop zealots on top of all of this. Big storms could be coming down here. Great storms on a lot of these tanks. Tanks getting hit by storm, and zealots diving right on top of them. Quite a few tanks are going to get cleaned up here as the zealot rally makes its way forward. More zealots going to land on top of these tanks, killing off even more and resetting this tank count in a big way. This was a very nice attack from DEWALT, waiting for the perfect opportunity. seeing that Bishop was slightly out of position with his army not fully sieged up there. Yeah, you don't want to be losing these Dragoons, but he managed to reset that tank count in a big way. We've got, what, 5 tanks? 3, 4, 5, and a 6th one on high ground. 6 tanks total here, guys. 6 tanks total. Some more probes heading down to the bottom left. It's going to be a while before he can really move out. And this is, it's a funny move out, but this is not like a real commitment. He can't like come down here and kill this space or anything. He might be able to spread out and defend center left, but oh man, these storms could be huge. They're so stacked. Holy cow. That was so many kills on these Templar. Another big storm here, landing on quite a few of these SCVs. He does not have enough for another storm, but that was some great damage here, dropping him down to just 59. 59 workers, still pretty darn good for the Terran. You're still pretty happy with 60 workers if you're a Terran player. 70 probes on the side of DEWALT, though, and he's going to start adding gateways down here in the bottom left. This is becoming a serious macro game. Missile turrets are on the way, but they're not done yet. This is the opportunity to get in there and deal some more damage. Flying in with these Reavers, he's going to get a few kills here on some SCVs. They're building those turrets. Some more great shots there. A lot of vultures going down here. Dealing so much damage with these 2 Reavers. Just got a target on the middle of these Goliaths. Oh, get some more kills there. Very nicely done. And the goon number is once again very high. So we will be adding on just pure Zealot from here. Pure Zealot Templar. And relying on this backbone of Dragoons to kind of push through, deal that DPS as we push forward with the army. A lot of shuttles out. A lot of Templar. This is a very hard style to use, but DEWALT doing it fantastically here thus far. Can he get another good fight, though, to perhaps break the center left? That's what he needs right now. It might not be the fight that he's going to be able to get, but trading out for tanks would be very good. He's already at 200, and this tank clump is very, very clumped here. Not a lot of Goliaths in this army. One storm does get out, but a lot of those Templar got denied. Really good defense here by Bishop. Unfortunate attack from DEWALT. Yeah, losing a lot of the Templar before they could pop the storm. The tanks were very clumped. It was looking like a good fight. You know, dropping Zealots on top of this is so good. But the Templar not being able to get their storms off is very painful. It's much better if you can pull it off. Of course, it's very hard to pull off to drop the Zealots on top of the tanks, but to drop the Templar back a little bit farther back so they don't die from splash immediately, and you can potentially get the storm off. Of course, they can still be targeted, but these are the little tiny things that will get you those edges in these games that are the difference between an ASL level player and just a really strong ladder player. Tiny little adjustments, tiny little advantages that can get you into the ASL, can qualify you for the ASL. These are elements that DEWALT is trying to add to his play to become just good enough to get in, get on that main stage and give us a great show. Here he comes in the middle of the map once again. Tanks all spread out here. Bishop ready for a fight, but DEWALT with 4 shuttles ready to contest. A lot of Zealots and Templar in there. But he does not want to confront this army directly when it's all sieged up. He wants to wait for the moment when the army is unsieged and moving forward. Here we go. This is it. He's going to hit this army coming from the back with all the shuttles. Can he get the great fight here that he's looking for? This is it right now. Oh, he's going to back away. Not going to take the fight just yet. Couple of storms being thrown out here and there. A lot of vultures eating that storm. Whoa, that was a great storm. My goodness, what a storm there. A lot of vultures got picked off, and look at how few vultures there are with this. Another round of Zealots. He might be able to overwhelm this. Just almost pure tank army here. Round of Vultures is coming out, and he's going to go for a counterattack. Ooh, I don't know how I feel about this. Losing a lot of these Templar to those mines. And the Vultures are going to be able to clear out this army very, very easily. Good storm there. Kind of delay this. Archon going to be made. An army going to go for a counterattack. Ah, I don't know about this, guys. I really felt like we were in a pretty decent spot. Oh, God. And the Templar, they really need to get their storms. Really good storms here. Dealing a lot of damage to these incoming army units. These incoming tanks and Vultures. The counterattack is going pretty well right now. A lot of SCVs going down. He might just be able to target this command center. Meanwhile, the natural going to be taken out right now. Command center does go down. Nothing mining over here at the center left. Army of Bishop going to spread out right now. Start to kill off all of these different locations. Killing off 6 o'clock. He's killing off this base. He's killing off this base down here. Natural as well. This base is done, but we've got a base in the top right. We've got bottom left as well, and another rally point to work with. EMP going to come out. Get that one Templar. More Templar coming out here. Unfortunately, not getting any storms with those. Stretched a little bit too thin right now is DEWALT. CC floating will be caught by these few Dragoons and might end up getting taken out. Army moving around the left-hand side. Can he get over here and actually stop the mining over in the center left? Or will he just come down here and try to crush this army? He does have a good amount of units here with which to work with. Can he dive on top of this? There's only one Goliath. I think he can take this out with some good Zealot bombs. He's not going to, though. Instead, just going to defend with the Templar from the high ground. Storms blanketing this army. These probes will end up going down, but he's going to get in here on top of the center left base. Dragoons killing a lot of these SCVs. Templar does not have its storm, though. And without storm, he will lose this position. I really don't know what I feel about this center left base being attacked. Rather than coming down and trying to eliminate this army, DEWALT going to give up that base. And where is he really mining right now? He's mining there. And he's mining here. But only 2 base mining right now to the 1 base mining of Terran, I guess. Only this base is being mined in this long distance. Oh, he's going to float the CC back. So he will be on 2 base mining once again here pretty soon. But look at the supply advantage. He should be able to take this one home. DEWALT should. He's going to come around and encircle this army. Try to take it from multiple sides here. Some Vultures making their way down, but they're going to get eaten up by the Dragoons. Zealots. Are they just going to go for the counter? He's just going to go for the center left again. Going for the center left here one more time. Sending Zealots out to try and delay this as much as possible. He's going to stop the mining here. But there is still one more mining base for Bishop. He's got that 3rd base mining. Sieging up here is kind of funny. Those tanks are just going to die that much faster because of that siege up. But killing the base in the bottom left. He's going to get all of these probes, mind you. All those probes going down is a big deal. This base here is the only one mining. All the probes are going to fall. None of them going to get in range of actually, you know, helping to deal some splash. Drop's going to come down here. If the tanks were sieged up, they could do a lot of damage to these, but this is the only base mining right now. I mean, DEWALT, he probably could shut that down, but instead he's heading down here to the bottom left. Dropping Zealots on top of this. Trying to deal damage to it. Vultures up in the top right. Doing their best to harass. And they might actually get quite a lot of probe kills. Oh my god, is he going to get a bunch of probe kills here? He actually is. This is kind of crazy. I mean, DEWALT, he has everything going for him right now. He should be able to win this game, but the fact that he hasn't stopped this base from mining and he's not mining here in the top right is brutal for him right now. Oh my god, the mine. That was close. Mine almost connecting there. Almost a nightmare situation for DEWALT, but he will come forward with the observer now. Gonna be able to clear this out. Probes being sent back, but they're gonna take some harassment. Equal it. Totally equalizing the worker count now. Ouch. This is scary. The one base mining that's going right now for Bishop is just about out. We've got only 6 mining patches right now, which is kind of crazy. Just 6 patches left. But we've got 9 here for DEWALT, and he's going to get the natural going as well. Needs more probes desperately. He's going to get stasis field. He has the first arbiter out here, but we should have a science vessel somewhere. There it is. Science vessel does come out here. He's going to target that down. Doesn't get the stasis. He gets 1 stasis, but immediately killing off the arbiter. That is brutal. Losing that arbiter from that Goliath hit squad. Very, very rough here for DEWALT. He's going to take another base here. Doing his best to quickly secure more bases. He's got a lot of shuttles flying around as well. Quite a bit of supply in those. Sounded like he just lost a Templar there, unfortunately. And these vultures are going to be looking for kills wherever they can find them. Potentially over here at the center right. More probes being sent out. Vultures might be able to get up in here and lay down mines on top of these gateways, which is incredibly annoying. Some probes in the main base are going to get picked. There's a cannon there, though. Picking off whatever probes remain in the main and being just such a pain in the butt by hiding here in the bottom corner of the base. Tanks set up in the front. That's quite a good number now. He's got a full group plus a few more. And looking to secure another base here soon. More vultures running around, but there's quite a few cannons up here at the top right. Everything gonna unsiege. He's going for the top right. He should send, like, I don't know why he's sending the CC down right now. He should send the CC here and push along this axis. But it looks like that's not his plan. Meanwhile, DEWALT, he's going to send in the drops to actually shut down this mining here. He could get every single SCV. No, he's going to come around from behind. Oh, he's looking for the attack right now. But there's a lot of Goliaths mixed in here. No, he's going to lose the shuttle. Oh, 1 shuttle goes down. Another shuttle almost getting picked off. Brutal. Absolutely horrible here for DEWALT. Cannot be losing these right now. His supply is barely ahead of Bishops at the moment. And, I mean, it doesn't say anything because he's got 16 more supply in probes. Shuttle's going to be running around again. Another shuttle going to go down. Drops 2 of its zealots, but the other 2 are going to be killed. Base over here at the center left is going to come down. Going to rely on Templar from high ground. Some DTs to come in as well. Goon going to come over here to the center left. And with this number of goons, he could actually kill the CC. I think he will get the CC. The shuttles are going to fly by. Maybe come over here and kill this. CC will fall. Shuttles, I don't know what they're doing right now, but they're just kind of chilling up here. Everything running up this ramp. We've got 1 cannon, but there's a pylon that's about to get destroyed, and that goes down. Bishop doesn't have any mining left. He's actually not mining at all. Here comes those shuttles finally. He's going to send them in. Sending in the shuttles. He's going to get a few of the zealots out, but a lot of them just go to the wayside because the dropships got picked off as they were coming in. Army coming from the south. Zealots are going to get eaten alive by these mines. Some storms do come down. The army is getting picked off. There's not much left here for Bishop. He's going to lose all of his tanks aside from 2. And look at this. He is still mining. Still mining here. He's going to lose all these probes, but he's just suck up as many resources as he possibly can right now. Build another army because he knows the Bishop is not mining on the map. He has no mining whatsoever. Oh, he shouldn't even be fighting here with the probes. He should just be mining. Get as much money as you can. He's gonna lose the rest of those probes, but my God, he's got an army out on the map. And he's got mining in the center right. He has something still going for him. He's still building units, whereas Bishop is not. Bishop has no units building right now. Oh, don't run in here. Okay, maybe he can get a couple of kills. He's gonna get one tank. He's gonna get another tank here. Okay, he's gonna get one more, but that's all his dragoons. He's gotta run away now. All his dragoons have been killed. The army's actually gonna move down. Oh no, okay. Gotta get this army together. That's a good sized army here popping out for DEWALT right now at the moment that he needs it the absolute most. He's gonna head forward. Can he save this base in the center right? It all comes down to this. Here's the fight, the final fight of this match here between DEWALT and Bishop. Losing one Dragoon there. He's got to put things together. Nice storm to start this off. Running forward with the Zealots. I think that DEWALT has it. I think he's got it, guys. Running on top of all of this. Gonna drop that last storm. Last tank goes down. Last vultures do fall as well. There's no mining on the map. 15 SCVs to 15 probes. And I think DEWALT has finally done it. He's managed to take this game home. He's gonna come out, set down another Nexus here, continue this mining, send out his forces to prevent Bishop from taking center left, and in that, he should certainly be successful. There's only one tank and one vulture available for Bishop right now to fight, and this vulture has negative HP. Okay, he's got 1 HP. The 1 HP vulture with no mines left. Look at him. Look at him sitting in that bike there. He thinks he's so great. Nope. Goodbye. And here goes your tank as well. Dark Templar for the win. GG. WW. Bishop taps out and DEWALT takes a stellar game here. The final of our series. What an impressive match there with DEWALT falling pretty far behind in the early game, getting harassed by countless vultures, similar to what happened in the game versus mine, but in this one, he was able to overcome the brutal pushes from Bishop with counterattacks after counterattack after counterattack of just wearing him down, constantly denying his fourth base, and eventually weathering the storm. On a 4-player map, it is a little easier to play that style where you just keep on expanding his Protoss and taking different areas of the map and forcing the Terran to move and chase you all over, to chase your bases down in the opposite corners of the map. It takes a long time to move. Meanwhile, the Protoss can be very swift with the speed shuttles just constantly harassing. It's fantastic to see DEWALT kind of mastering that style, trying to reach the pinnacle of play here in the most beautiful game in the world. Guys, thank you so much for joining me here. This has been your daily dose of Broodwar, and I'll see you tomorrow.